everybody, this is Mike from the Used Gamers, and welcome back to the Deadfire. Today we're going to be continuing our voyage. We're going to continue on our trip to try to head towards Neketaka, which is the big major port city, where we'll continue our quest, pick up a few new companions, and do a ton of stuff. I will say this city is huge, so it's probably going to be the majority of this episode is going to be inside there. But yeah, it's a pretty impressive size. And lots of fun stuff to do, so just head that way. Oh, well. And now I see this really cool place that I want to check out, so go ahead and stick our noses in here and see what we find. We go into that place, because that looks like it's probably going to be like some kind of dungeon. We'll head over here and see what other kind of just loot we could find. Scepter? That was it. Oh, disappointing. Guess get all the way around here. Oh, it doesn't look like there is anything. Okay, we'll head over here. Oathbinder's Sanctum. After hours spent wandering through the desert, you stumble into a lush oasis nestled against the base of a massive pyramid. You search for an entrance and finally spy one at the very top of a long staircase. It's in the pyramid. It's a tough climb, but that doesn't stop you. Drenched in sweat, you finally enter the welcome shade of the room at the top of the pyramid. This is kind of the thing with this game I found, is that it's just as you're trying to, it's like most of these big open world games, you're trying to stick to the main path, but you find all these things, you're like, ooh, I want to check this out. So, well, what is his injury again? Oh, okay, that's not new.
Steady does it, right?
Place is deserted, but the candles keep burning.
The eyes of the statue seem to follow you wherever you walk. Maybe. It doesn't say this is stealing. I mean, it looks like an altar, so it might be a bad idea, but what the heck? Let's head downstairs. There's something going on in here. Let's see if we can get a peek. Oh, it's just like a soul.
You hear that? Whispers in the
Oh, they
darkness.
took fast mode off.
Whispers from the grave.
Do you hear that?
The translucent visage of an Orlan glows before you. At your approach, it shimmers. You are swallowed by a tide of bewilderment. Reach for the soul. As your mind strains towards the confused soul, the presence of other spirits begins to prick at the edge of your awareness. You sense their rage is directed not only at the bright soul, but at your intrusion. A rush of grisly images flash before you, sadistic murders, violent torture, and worse. A din of spiteful whispers assaults your mind as the depraved souls relive their gruesome crimes. They take glee in the terror of their victims. The confusion of the bright soul lessens. Emboldened by your presence, it shines with a steady azure glow. The whispering souls retreat to the shadows. Your mind clears, you extend your perception to the bright soul, and it reaches out to you in turn. The world slips away. You wake with a start, unable to breathe. Someone covers your mouth with their hand, their grip so tight you can taste the salt in their sweat. You're hauled from your bed by three dark figures. They drag you screaming down the stairs and toss you into the road. You stumble to your feet, only to be painfully thrown back down. Taut ropes bite into the flesh of your wrists. Murderer accuses one, betrayer shouts to another. Your neighbors watch from their windows, mouths agape. None of them come to help. They turn away as you scream for their names. You feel a jolt on the back of your head, and darkness envelops you. When you come to, your knees ache against cold sandstone. You betrayed nothing, killed no one. Confusion and pain swirled in each panicked plea. Hardened eyes stare back at you through slits in an expressionless mask. You find no reprieve in them. Words are spoken but lost within the rhythmic pounding in your head. This can't be happening. The masked figure demands justice. A sword swings, and you feel the hot bite of steel against your neck. Oblivion rolls over you like a tide. Abruptly, you find yourself back in the ruin. The confused spirit pleads to you without words, its shimmering glow almost childlike.
If you've seen what you need to see, Watcher, I'd like to fulfill my duty and reap this soul. Will you allow it?
Yeah. I guess I'll let her, because he's not... My character's never really been into being a Watcher in the first place, so he's probably just not even want to deal with all this kind of stuff, so... Go ahead. With a rattling shake, the lantern's otherworldly light flares, and the soul is sucked inside. A hard shudder racks Jyoti forward, and she moans, sweat beading on her brow. Jealous whispers return with renewed malice. The guilt of the damned bears down upon you, an unholy chill that sinks deep into your bones, your very marrow running cold as ice. Unnatural shadows dance in the darkness around you.
The season...
Oh, hello? Let's see, shadow, Kidoki?
Harvest is here.
Alright, so he's doing that. Let's see. You can just start shooting. You're already casted, so that's fine. Frenzy. That's rolling. Thing is, with the base level, Frenzy just does not last very long. Which is like, you know, they're like, hold on, why are you? Oh, yours did run out. Interesting. Okay, never mind, go ahead, as you were. It'll take forever, geez.
I've got it. Sure.
Just some gems. Alright, let's head on out then. Oh, is that a tripwire, or is that just the edge of that rock?
No, it's foot and an heavy bullet, I cap.
No, it's just the edge of that stone. That is, if you pay attention, a lot of times you can actually see the traps before your party does. See what's in here. Okay, that's just continuing on. Let's do some more searching first. Looks like a door. The door is stuck fast. Oh, okay. I have a feeling that's probably will come to that later. The statue decorating the small shrine has been dusted and polished to a shine. Okay, so obviously this place is inhabited. Oh, is that it? Is that all that's in this room? Or this level? I guess so. Looks like it. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and head on down then. Pick up the pace. Alright, so I mean, I guess the thing we got from that soul is obviously they were wrongly killed for something they didn't do or whatever, so I have a feeling that's probably going to be something. I mean, the place is called Oathbinders, so I don't know if that has anything to do with it. We'll see kind of what's going on in here, but there is clearly somebody inhabiting this place, so...
Oh, it's foot and an heavy bullet or a cap.
Okay.
Will do.
Bloody note. Dangerous creatures have made this sacred place their home. If it is Wudika's will that they remain, it is not our place to disturb them. Furthermore, remember that we are not here as looters. Anyone caught thieving will meet the strangler's justice. Let Kudwina's death be an example to you all, Inquisitor Ludwin. So this is maybe some kind of Wudika cult, which is probably not great, because it seems anybody who's following her is always causing trouble. Okay, here, let's head down this way. Well, let's see what's up here first. Is that a door? Guess not. I was hoping maybe to see like a secret notch or something to open it.
I see.
Okay, maybe these are the creatures that note was talking about. Cave beetles.
All in the darkness.
Okay.
One ready for reaping.
Gosh, blinding strike takes 2? Oof, that stinks. Okay. Go ahead and have you move up this way as well.
They see.
Okay, let's get you doing that. Cast your usual blessing. You two just start attacking. Oh wait, hold on, let's see. You might want to save that for when the rest of the group comes in. Knock a bunch of them prone. Will definitely be helpful. And you can save that. Save it. Let's go for frenzy. Now do that. You do not need to do that because he's got frenzy them all, so. Should do that. hit more than one with that? Oh, it almost looked like it showed like a wave coming off of. Oh, let's do that. Now I'll start kicking their butt. So these guys must be low level, so I'm just mowing through them. Okey-dokey. Flail. What flails? 10% of grazes converted to hits. That's not horrible for just a a basic bonus effect. Oh yeah. So you run into these areas with just this stuff. They're almost like constant little spawning areas where if you don't destroy them, like enemies will just constantly keep coming out. Let's see, there are areas like this where it's actually not a horrible idea to have a torch. So I might just equip this in that slot for a little bit since it does kind of serve as a torch. There we go. Now you can actually see what you're doing. Wait, where are we going? Oh, there's a way out over here. I didn't see that. Oh. So this. Feel a soft breeze blowing through the crack in the stones above. Ooh. New pet. Yay. What does Peter do? 15% damage from area of effect attacks. All partners get a bonus to the size of their area of effect attacks. Nyeh. I don't feel like that's going to help my party too much right now.
We got you.
Oh, I hate these. I hate the fungus. This is always funny when this happens, because technically combat started, but they didn't actually see me. Which is kind of interesting. Alright, so with this, these are the things I really want to prioritize on, because they're the ones that can kind of cause, they can charm your party members and take them over. So, definitely going to have him right in here and have probably my barbarian and switching back to his battle axe. My barbarian and Adair are gonna head in and probably deal with these little guys, and then I'll have all my ranged people just straight up start attacking these. Okay, so you can go ahead and move up this way. You guys to move up at least a little bit closer.
Trouble up ahead.
How are you getting hit with this? Oh, you know what, that's... Yeah. Okay, so then you... Actually, you know what? I'm gonna send you to hit this guy so that he won't come and attack my ranged people, because I can totally see him doing that. You guys go ahead and hit those. frenzy. Cast that.
Doesn't feel right.
Wait, why are you doing no. No. Cast a spell from far away. That's your job. Oh my gosh, just gonna go ahead and use all these up so you'll stop. And you, no, that is pointless to cast on them. Ooh. I just gotta get way too close for that. Die. 57%. Oh, I wonder if that's his, like, sometimes his spells can do other things, so like these little lines that are coming off of it are like, he causes like a wave of other damage. Yeah, see, 'cause it's gonna hit them as well. I wonder if that's gonna hit Adair. Oh well, he's got health to spare. If we can go ahead and kill these, and we can bring our melee guys up to start working on these guys as well, which we really need to do. What is he getting ready to do? I don't know what that icon means. Oh well. You're attacking him, right? Hopefully. And you, I'd rather you just attack that guy. Okay. You go help Adair. Yeah, see right there, he just charmed my guy. Ugh, such a pain. We got her around for.
Let's go.
Some 2 melee guys over there. You keep attacking that.
Take him down.
Take this thing out. You know, why? I just keep forgetting to use. Oh wow. I'm just not chanting very quickly. I'm definitely not getting any crits with it, apparently. Alright. Gotta wait till I have 3 to do anything.
Me too, man.
Wait, why? I have 2. Why can I not do that? This is I have 2 phrases. That's strange.
Sure.
Oh, hello. Yes, please. Let's go ahead and equip that bad boy. What is this? Oh, I forgot I got that. I need to get that to somebody. I'll give it to her, because then that'll save her from having to cast that ability, like I just had to. Perfect. Perfect. Alright, oh, is that it? There's no way further on? Okay. Hey, got me a fine battle axe, I'll take it. And see those, you can see these areas show up every once in a while where you can really slog through. It shows how that, I think it's the island of Maua, how that race would actually be helpful, because then you wouldn't have to worry about slogging through that. Of course, it's strange it only works during combat. Like, it doesn't work just in just normal, you know, exploring mode or whatever you want to call it. Okay. Oh, looks like there's a room over here. And a wall. Okay. The crush of time has significantly weakened the section of wall. You feel a slight breeze coming through the cracks between the stone. You suspect that the wall will come right down with a little bit of force. What's everybody's might? 16, 15, 12, 16. I think 16 should be enough to do this. What? Atticus charges into the wall, but it doesn't budge. Atticus stumbles back, grimacing pain. Great. Oh, -3 might. Ouch. Okay. Let's use the pry bar. You start to put leverage on the pry bar, and the wall begins to tremble. If you continue, there will be no way to get out of the way without collapsing the wall on yourself. I don't know. It's just going to injure us, right? We can just rest. It's fine. You manage to pull the wall down, but it collapses right on top of you. Atticus is injured. 50% of crits. Oh, jeez. It's like the whole point of our build. Okay, so yeah, definitely going to be resting. Let's just take a quick look and see what's in here. Better be worth it. One chest. Let's see, 2 athletics, 2 survival. Really? Wow. Okay. Alright, well, let's do some rest. So I'll leave him with the vegetables. You know, it gives him a little bit of extra aim. Constitution, dexterity. Healing received. Tons of rice. Oh, stop that. It's never a bad thing to put on because the minus 10% damage taken is not a bad thing at all. Perception can be good too. Give him some more perception. Water is just one of those things you can just use just to heal up wounds or whatever, but just don't give any bonuses. Probably just go ahead and give the other 2 rice. Can we craft any food? No. Okay, let's take a rest. Okay, there we go. Alright. Now we can head down. Yeah, I can only imagine with the people being here having anything to do with Woodica is probably not going to be good. Alright. This area seems a little bit more well lit than the last one at least. Doors over here. Lever. Yes?
I'll see what I can find.
Take a peek.
You should
Mm-hmm.
see this.
Head down the well-lit path first.
A light's foot and an heavy bullet, I can.
see, here's some explosives. What kind of armor am I using right now? Scale armor. I might look at it, see if it's any cool. If it looks good. Yeah, it's got the same stats, so it's not really gonna help me much. Yeah, it looks kind of cool. Leave it on. What kind of armor is Adair wearing? Oh, he's got 735. It's just second chance. Wait, what sees me? Oh. Okie dokie. Except for you, Adair, we're gonna head over to protecting that guy just in case he doesn't close on me.
Beyond sick.
Never mind. Yeah, these guys might be kind of low level, which is funny because we hit them too much. There we go.
Right.
Would have thought this area would have been at least like at our level. See, another area to slog through. Ooh, it's Zora, huh?
Keeping an eye out.
I see a hole in the darkness. One ready for reaping.
Who has the best stealth?
Oh,
Probably him.
indeed.
I see a hole in the darkness.
Oh, crap.
One ready
Evidently it's not that good.
for reaping.
Alright, and now you. Go ahead and move up there. Who can I hit? Oh, wait a second. Bryce having a time for right now. No, hold on. This one. Ooh. That's a big old group. Okay. Let's do that. Do you have any big AoEs? Oh, you know what? This one actually worked out really well. Actually, that'll work out fine. Gosh, if that thing didn't have such a huge recovery time. He's barely even getting attacked by the other paralyzed.
This is futile.
Why can I not switch it to him? So they will stop shooting at him. This is not looking good.
That's it.
I'll try her heal and see. Maybe it'll hit him. Maybe it won't. Worth a shot. Okay, good. Sweet.
More than half handy,
Let's go.
Oh wow, he just annihilated that guy. Okay, yeah. Good job. He doesn't know what she's doing. I think I'm gonna turn him to just attacking only, because I don't know, he's not really seeming to use abilities that I'm approving of. Oh, 10% damage with ranged weapons. Plus 3 accuracy, deflection, reflex against distant enemies. It's a very ranged pet.
His markings look familiar. How do you suppose he wound up here?
Fine mail armor. Yeah, he definitely needs some extra stuff. Give him the shield. What's his sword? Ordinary sword. Why does it say ordinary when it's obviously enhanced? Ordinary sword. Examine. When you examine the weapon, it starts to glow. The latent magic of the blade has been unlocked. The Watcher's blade has been added to the stash. Okay. Let's take a look. Alright, so let's see. We'll equip that. Right there. Let's see. What does he have? Medium shield round. Fine medium shield. Yes, we'll do that. Okay. Watcher's blade. So it's got fine, soul serving, 10% damage dealt as raw. Okay, chanted as deny the wheel. Killing a Kith enemy with a sword will spawn a shadow. Nice. 20% damage dealt as raw. It's not bad. Yes, I'll give it to Adair. Anytime you can deal raw damage is always great. Alright, so it looks like I'm heading this way next.
Real quiet now.
So this is where I found that. Oh, more traps. Oh, no. Ooh, it glows purple. That's cool. Look like Mace Windu. So for big encounters, I do like to use traps, especially if you can get like a choke point like this, and you just put like a trap or two right in the way, so that way you just bait the enemies into it. Okay, we'll go back that way. Although, actually, it looks like this is a dead end. Here, let me equip. What do I do with that thing? There it is. Equip that again, just so I can see what I'm doing. Funny thing is that when you're in stealth, you still hold out a torch, but yet nobody. I don't think it affects stealth as far as I can tell. Wow, somebody really did not want us coming down here. Corrosive cloud trap. Just see what's down this way.
Wait.
Mm-hmm.
There. Foes ahead.
See, so I would put like a trap. Actually, you know, I could bait them around the corner with using line of sight, because I know some of these guys are ranged. Yeah, I think this is a ranged one. So yeah, here, let's do this. Do any of my guys have traps? I could equip traps on him, because quite frankly, you can't use anything else in this spot, so might as well. Where do traps go? I think they're in the potions section. Yes. Sickened. I'm willing to bet they're probably immune to that. Ooh. Fire one. That should work. I do have some health potions lying in here that I could use. Also, I was kind of wondering about using like things like this, like poison and stuff for my guy, considering he can't use potions, you know, fill it up. And see, like, drugs increase, like, accuracy. Make him a drug addict. Of course, then I'm probably going to want to build up my alchemy thing to make him last longer. Cinder Bomb, healing. What is this one? Potion of elemental defense. Nah. Antidote, immunity, poison, stun bomb. Here we go. Concentration, 10 will, worth restored. Oh, see, white leaf actually could be good to use because it would allow me to gain health, but it's a drug. My guy's gonna be a little bit of a drug addict. Might as well put an explosive in there just for kicks and giggles. Distracted for 19. I like that one better. Let's do that. What is this one? Grenade. Ooh, raw damage. Okay. Alright, so let's see. We'll grab it. Stick a little flame trap right there. Totally sneaking with my torch. Pay attention. Yeah, and see, the sound of setting a trap oftentimes will trigger the enemies. So, let's get everybody ready to rumble. So, Dare, I need you to walk up over here. Yeah, you can come here. You guys just mainly stay back here. You don't want to go too far. Okay, good. They're all bunching in, which is kind of what I want. I'm going to scoot you back just a bit. Sometimes these traps have a very large area of effect, so... Actually, this would be dirty. Just leave them falling in the fire. Yeah, let's do that. Just have him attack. Come on, hold on, Adair. Let's not get hasty. Spell coming. Oh. Okay, we'll deal with that later. Just want to keep you from charging in. Okay, now we send it in the. Yeah, see, they're already going down. I'm actually gonna have you do. Might as well get some more fire up in here. Oh wait, no, never mind. That's apparently not really gonna hit, so forget it. Wow, these guys are just. Okay, fine then. Forget it. I love that oil slick kind of spell. Totally keeps them wrapped up in there. Problem.
Let's go.
There you go, fellas. Very nicely done. That worked out very well.
Right.
What are unguents? Bluff, diplomacy, intimidate, streetwise. Just like a boost to abilities, club, stiletto. This game could get paused. Alright, let's see. What is this? The water roils with a teeming of countless tiny maggots. Lovely. Let's see what this is. Oh, it's a door. Right. Once again, let's get the torch out. Loot. Plenty of it. That it? Looks like it. Okay, let's head back this way. Wait for us to check that room.
By
Okay,
decree of the Queen that was and the will of the Steel Garrote, you will meet justice. Kneel, Oswald, and be tried for your crimes.
Wait! I can pay you. I can make you all rich. Just let me go.
Your bribes fall on deaf ears,
All right.
Oathbreaker.
We're
We
gonna
seek
go in there
only
and
to
pretend
exact
be judges
Wotika's
and
justice.
say this is an illegal trial,
What?
and now they're on
Well,
trial.
I didn't do anything.
You stand accused of the crime of...
That's because I feel like this is gonna go badly. Go ahead and just get ready. It's already got
Breaking.
pretty well lit.
What say you?
I haven't broken any oaths. I swear. You have the wrong man.
As you enter the large chamber at the bottom of the pyramid, you notice a sizable group of well-armed people dressed in raiments of the Steel Garrote. In the center of the group kneels a man bound at the wrists. He looks around wildly, his eyes widen when they fall on you. Before the kneeling man towers an imposing woman, her face obscured by the severe lines of a Wotican mask. See? Wotica. Never good.
You intrude on the deliberations of the Court of Wotica, outsider. Choose your next actions carefully, lest the Queen that was turn her gaze to you as well.
The man on the floor is an elderly elf clad in dirty clothes, his face contorted in the expression of a cornered animal.
Oh, thank the gods, please. Get me out of here. They're mad. They're all mad. They mean to put me on trial for oath-breaking of all things. They say I betrayed the Idiran Empire, but I haven't been back there in over 100 years.
Be silent, or I will make you so.
The Inquisitor snarls at Oswald.
State your purpose now, or die with him.
She turns her steely gaze on you. Through the slits in her mask, you can just see the glint of her eyes. I'm not ready to attack just yet. We're gonna cross our arms and scowl.
You shall meet your end here, in the holy court of Wotica, as will he. I pray your soul
No.
learns from your mistakes on its
Looks
next
like we're
turn
gonna
about the
attack
wheel.
anyway. Fine. Be that way. Are you coming to heal somebody? What is that? Hello. That's a lot of guys. Okay. So there's... What's the range on this? I just want to make sure I stay inside it. Oh, okay. I got plenty of room to play with. First off, Frenzy. See, now this would be the perfect opportunity for you to blast one of these guys.
I'm having some trouble moving through this.
Any time now. make sure you're using this suppress affliction, not the spell, because you might need some healing here shortly.
Cook that up.
Okay, that's gonna be pretty much pointless because now they've all kind of circled around. Yeah, you go ahead and do that mission.
Take him down.
Yeah, I'm almost starting to regret that Mage Slayer just because the health thing is really kind of annoying. Let's try this out and see how it works. Holy crap, look at this. Jeez. Okay, why no, don't cast Suppressed Affliction. We don't need that right now. Cast this thing on these guys so that maybe you can get some breathing room. What are you doing? Oh, great. Can't even hit either one of them. Fine. Let's just take that guy out, maybe. He's paralyzed again? Oh, jeez. This is not going well. You guys are gonna have to handle some of your own healing. And he's probably gonna die. It's unfortunate, but... Let's hobble foes in the area. That's not helpful. Okay, so, yeah, why is it taking her so long to cast that?
The strain.
Thank you, for the love of Pete. No, you need to cast some healing, is what you need to do. Let's just see how this plays out. I might just have to kind of... Oh, crap. Why do I keep forgetting about Second Wind? Put all those points in athletics specifically for that, yet I continually forget it. Get it off. Nope. Yeah, see, that's just me being an idiot. Okay, so at least she got her heal off, which is good. Here, you know what? Switch to that. That will help you out. This guy's right in your face. The dare can hold them off. Until I can kill this chick. You use your Second Wind. And actually switch to this. That should help you out.
We had some good times.
Dead, right? Crap, so is a dare. I can't use this because I have to disengage, which I might just have to do. Wow, that didn't help out a lot. That's gonna hit a dare. How about this? Let's do that. There we go. And of course, I just ignoring the fact that he has all this stuff already. Ooh, can I charm one of them? That's not a good shot. This should do a ton of damage.
Death take you!
Yeah, see, I love that. Do it again.
Lavru, be on
You should pop back up with it. There we go. Okay, so all things considered, not too bad. It's just my barbarian is just way too squishy. Ooh, what do I have here? Perception, religion, and insight. I might just put it on my barbarian for right now just because of the perception. Oh, because he just is going to need that. What is this? Fine sword. It's not bad, but he's already got a nicer sword with that watcher thing, so... Just go in the stash. Eventually, I will probably put it on, if I find something better, put it on Choti, because the religion skill is really big for her, so anything I can add to that for her would be good. That looks kind of cool.
That's
I was
something.
almost thinking about hiding the mask, but I'll leave it for right now.
Aye.
Because you can put it to where you can't see, like if your character's wearing a mask, you can't see it. Right,
I
Oswald.
owe you a debt too large to repay, stranger. How did you ever find me all the way out here? Did Inalis send you?
I wasn't looking for you at all.
Whether by providence or chance, I thank the gods you found me when you did. Those steel garrote zealots have been after me for decades. Good riddance.
How's that diplomatic? So about my reward. I want a reward. Let's see.
Ah, yes. Yes, indeed.
His attention is suddenly diverted by an apparently fascinating stain on the hem of his robe. You're broke, aren't you? Oh, no. We're gonna glare silently. A bead of sweat rolls down Oswald's temple. He turns into pudding beneath your steely gaze, shaking and shrinking away.
Well, you see, I had some difficult business dealings of late. I'm flat broke, as it were.
He titters nervously and twists the hem of his robe in his hands, unwilling to meet your eye. Don't make me grab you by the ankles and shake.
Shake all you like. You'll find naught but some lint and a mouldering old handkerchief. Well, and this old ring. It's the last possession of any value I own. Here, take it. For your trouble.
Immune to hangovers from alcohol if worn while drinking. Okay. Sure. He presses a simple length of string twisted into a makeshift ring into your palm and nods, a small frown tugging at the corner of his lips.
You have a ship, don't you? Of course you do. How else would you have gotten to this benighted island?
He shifts, I think it's supposed to be his weight, from foot to foot, restless and unsettled.
Let me join your crew.
Why did the Inquisitor have you on trial exactly?
After what you did for me, well, I suppose you have the right to hear the truth of things. The whole truth, rather.
Oswald clears his throat with a theatrical flair.
You remember that the Deerwood was once a colony of Adir, yes? Well, I was one of the first colonists to set foot on that benighted continent. When it became evident the Deerwood intended to revolt, I took their side in the War of Defiance against the country of my birth. I'm sure you'll be astounded to learn the powers that be in Adir didn't much like that. The Steel Garrot's been after me for my grave transgression ever since.
like I can appreciate, you know, stood up for what you believe in. That's admirable.
Admirable, perhaps. Foolhardy, almost certainly. Had I really the right of things, I wouldn't have gone to the Deerwood in the first place. But I appreciate your kind words all the same. Those steel garrote hounds are villainous. But it should be a couple of years before they find me again, thanks to you, at least. I hope as much.
Ugh, I suppose.
Thank you, my friend. I owe you a debt twice over.
He gives you a toothy grin and stands a hand's breadth taller. Okay, cool. We got a new crew member out of it. He's a good one. Okay, we might as well. We've already desecrated this place. Let's rob the shrine too. What is this? The Light of Dawn, a red Saren Morality. Okay. Some healing scrolls. The statue of Boudica extends so far below that you can't see its feet. Okay, before we head out, I did want to kind of look around here. Okay, she's got a lamp out, sweet, so we'll be able to see. Oh, that's true. I should just switch her to her other weapon set whenever I need to see. Makes so much more sense. Wait, I went in here, right? Is there anything further? No? Let's bring up the map. Yeah, that looks like it. Okay. It was just that the Inquisitor, she was a little bit higher level, so she was definitely a pain, and the fact that she went right after my squishy barbarian did not help at all. I might end up switching his armor with Adair's, because he might need the second chance more than Adair does, because, you know, he might die a little bit more often. Alright, looks like we're done in here, so we'll go ahead and fast mode it up so we can get out. So now we'll head on to Neketaka as we originally planned. You know, that's really the thing, is there's just too many shiny objects around here to just, you know, completely ignore. Ooh, let's take a look at our new crew member. Oh, he's a navigator. Nice. Navigator helmsman. Okay. She's cook, deckhand, surgeon, cannoneer. Oh, okay. Oh, she's already healed. Good. So we can... Oh, wait, what is she? Cook, deckhand. She's the surgeon, right? Okay, so I'll put her there. Her there. Wait, just novice. Deckhand. Yeah. Perfect. Alright, so now... Let's see, we need to get up here. Okay. Fast move on, so I'm gonna do that. Okay, I see another island. I'm gonna resist the urge. Continue on our way. Okay, here. I believe this is the island that Neketaka's on. Alright, let's get in here. Fortunately, we're probably going to be able to just kind of investigate the first area. This city is massive, and there's tons of stuff to do. You know, a lot of times you're gonna have to like force yourself to leave here, just because you might get kind of a little tired of it if you stick around too long, because there's just, you know, quest after quest and new areas to discover. And there are some combat zones in here, but not a lot. It's obviously a lot more kind of like, not necessarily fetch quests, but going to talk to this person and going to talk to this person, and, you know. But still some interesting stuff. This is where you'll run into, you know, pretty much all of the factions. The major factions have a setup here, so you can kind of run into all of them and pick up a lot of the faction quests that I guess will eventually lead to you siding with a particular faction. I'm not really sure how that's going to play out, but we shall see. So you got the four main ones, which I think we've already run into most of them. There's the Valian Trading Company, Royal Deadfire Company, the Hoana, and the Principe, which I guess they're the only ones that don't have a setup here because they're the pirates. They have their own kind of place. So, and there's also some of the minor factions like Children of the Dawn Star and stuff like that that are in here as well. If we ever actually get into the city. Like I said, it's a big place, so you know, it takes a little while to load. Okay, it's kind of hiccuping a little bit, but I think once we actually get started, it should smooth out. As you walk down the dock, your approach is noted by a cadre of heavily armed Amawa. Their leader briskly leads them to intercept you. The harbor master looks you up and down with pursed lips. She looks past you toward your ship.
You're far from home, farmer. How did you make it all this way in your little boat?
The Amawa cranes her thick neck to look along the hull of your ship. Her expression conveys equal portions incredulity and pity.
Why do we gotta be farmers just because we're from Deerwood?
Are you a farmer?
Yeah, but you can't just assume. We got rabble-rousers, too.
As her attention returns to you, the Amawa's mood becomes more formal.
I'm the harbor master, Kaoha. I must ask your reason for docking in Neketaka.
Okay, I'm following a giant made of Adra, and I need to see someone at the palace about it. Barath has asked me. Do I really need a reason? I'm carrying the finest hay in all of Deerwood. Bales of it. So many bales. Do I really need a reason?
Yes, you do. You can't dock a ship in the harbor and have your run of Queen's Berth without giving me a good reason for docking here.
The women and men behind the harbor master set their jaws and straighten their backs at their leader's words. Deep within you, you feel an uncomfortable rolling. You can't be certain if the sensation is physical or spiritual, but it immediately induces nausea and fills your ears with the sound of blood rushing through your head. Cutting through the din, you hear a familiar woman's voice speak. Each word comes slowly, falling with what sounds like the chiming of small bells.
Show them.
Uh-oh.
Show them what you are.
Barath. Shut up.
What? Look, I've heard enough. If you value your life, get back on your ship and head for open sea.
The harbor master gestures towards your boat. The women and men behind her nod and murmur in agreement. The nausea continues to build inside you, blood pounding against your skull. Again the woman's voice, again the chimes.
I will help you.
What's the matter with you? What are you doing? If you're trying to scare us with some cipher mischief, save the purple flames for the tribes of the Outer Islands.
The roar in your head begins to abate. The ringing of the chime becomes clearer, rhythmic. 2 successive peals, followed by a brief respite. You realize the chime is ringing in tandem with your heartbeat. You open your eyes. The harbor master is gesturing wildly, presumably to get your attention and yelling in your face. But you hear no words, only the ringing of the chimes as your heart rate slows and slows and slows and slows.
Now.
What? What is this?
Run for it!
That's one way to make an entrance.
You got style, Cap. Worm-riddled, ship-sinking, flat-fucking freaky style.
Of course he would enjoy that. Seraphin leveled up. I'll see if I can get to the point where I can level everybody up. And so once I'm done with the video, I can just go ahead and do that off camera. Okay. Got some ammunition, which is nice.
And now Port Marge is behind us. I thought this would be a relief.
Okay, so maybe a shop?
Need a fresh jacket or pants? Something more? Take your time. I'll give you space to break.
Okay, so let's first off, or here, I'll sell crap later. No point in wasting time with that. Steeled in darkness, what is that? Stealth and resolve. It's not bad. Only 1,000, not that expensive. It's got a bunch of hats. Nothing special. Cloak of deflection, always nice. Only 550. Pick that up.
Care for a fish or two, stranger? You'll find no fresher. Have a...
Should you just sell food? Yeah. No thanks. Let's talk to Hunter.
Welcome! Venturing out past the city. You'll want supplies, crab traps or the like for larger game, I warrant. Of course. Take your time.
Fine dagger. Clay grub figurine. 2 cave grublings. This is something else that I think I'll put a lot on my character is summons. I mean, just since he can't use any kind of spell or potion, just to use a lot of these other things that come up. But I feel like you get enough of these kind of summon things where I don't need to pay for one, even though it is only 680.
Will do.
Dora must be with you in just a... Almost had it. Damn your eyes.
The sun-scarred dwarf gingerly picks at a splinter in his thumb, muttering.
Hazard of the work, really.
He gives up with a frustrated grunt, shaking his hand.
Came in on the sloop? I can hammer your ship together if you're apt to pay me for it.
Samar bares his teeth and grinds them hard enough to sound over the noise of the dock. Having trouble with a client?
Aye. Captain Redora hasn't paid me for her commissioned firepower.
Samar pulls at the end of his beard and winces.
While I'm up to my nose in debt, the wild mare gobbles up her coin. And now, pirates are holding my feet to the fire over some sham of a deal.
Samar winces and tugs harder on his beard in self-administered punishment.
If I don't get Redora's payment, I might as well start carving my swallow net.
What kind of deal are these pirates offering?
One where I mend Principe ships and no others.
Samar pulls his hair back from his face with both hands, but it only returns to its tangled configuration.
And here I'd have thought a shipwright would be eager for an exclusive contract. In particular, one with clients disposed towards getting their ships shot to shit and shot again.
Folk like that come by coin easy, only to lose it all again. I'm not sinking my business on the say-so of a pack of puffed-up bilge rats. Bastards are driving away business until I give in.
If it gets me a discount on your labor, I could hunt down Redora.
You do that? A fair price goes without saying, Cully.
Samara untangles his hand from his beard to link his thumb and forefinger with a wink.
It all comes down to blasted pans and pyres in the end, doesn't it?
Pans are the common base currency of the Deerwood. Pyres are the common base currency of the Valen Republic. Zamar spits towards the dock pilings and glances back at the work still to be done. I'll take a look. Even though I'm just gonna. Oh yeah, so he sells all like the ships and the stuff. We'll definitely be coming back to this at some point in time. Okay, yes, I know you leveled up. Oh, Aloth has something to say.
I wish you'd maintained my story in front of Vanessa and the others.
He looks at you reproachfully, his eyes and mouth tight with disapproval. This is coming a little late.
I didn't enjoy deceiving them, but it seemed simpler than the alternative.
Keeping up a lie is never simple. You should know that better than anyone.
Believe me, I take no pleasure in duplicity.
What exactly were you doing out there?
After we parted, I set out to destroy the Leaden Key. It's controlled us for too long. I wanted to free Kith from it. So for 5 years, I've been tracking down Leaden Key circles, searching for the places where they operate in secret, trying to undo them.
How's that been going?
The task has been more difficult than I anticipated.
How so?
I don't think I fully understood the weight of the decisions I would have to make, or the burden of living with them. It was much easier when I only had to follow someone else's lead. My father's, Theos's, yours.
We all have to stand on our own eventually.
I know, and I have.
He laces his fingers together, a familiar look of anxiety working its way over his face.
After we defeated Theos, I thought the hard part of undoing his work would be tracking down the Leaden Key's members and operations.
But
perhaps this would be easier with an example. I went to a village in Old Valia, a run-down backwater of a place. Centuries ago, the Leaden Key had intervened to end some heretical cult. The details were lost, but what had endured was a practice of ritual bloodletting. A gruesome, pointless tradition.
You got an eye for charming little towns, I'll say that much.
At every full moon, the villagers would feed the soil with their blood. No one, young or old, sick or hale, was exempt.
what did you do?
The village priest administered the practice. Grim old fellow. Reminded me of Theos.
He raises an eyebrow at you.
He was a tyrant. I was certain that if the villagers were free of his influence, they'd be free from the bloodletting too. So I arranged for him to have an accident.
He gives you a sly look. And then?
The old man died, and the villagers were terrified. They were convinced his death was an ill omen. They blamed it, and every other mishap that befell them, on their lack of faith. So they began bloodletting every week, turning on their neighbors for giving too little.
His lips twist as if the words themselves have a bitter taste.
Instead of a handful dying each year, a few perished every week.
He's worked the edge of his sash into a tight knot. He clenches it between pale, rigid fingers. Now you feel responsible. Maybe you should have left him alone. That would happen. And now you feel responsible, is that it?
I had to do something, didn't I?
He turns to you with wide, anguished eyes. He pauses again, untwisting the sash at his lap.
I keep wondering what I might have done differently, or how I could have known better.
Stop dwelling on this, you'll paralyze yourself.
I suppose so. Thank you. It's a relief to share this burden. You've given me a lot to think about.
Wait, you still haven't told me what the Animancers have to do with any of this.
Ah, that.
He massages his temples.
I'm looking for an old Leaden Key sect. I've found several references, but...
He breaks off, shaking his head.
I want to be sure. Please, let me go over my notes again. Then I promise I'll tell you everything.
We'll talk more later then. Okay. Oop, don't need everybody. Alright. Let's head over here. There's a bit.
Not as easy as it seemed to turn a profit in Neketaka, but there is opportunity.
Aethys, light of gone shepherds us all, traveler. Seek out his temple along the sacred stair, that thy path
The
shall be
Hazanui
made
is at the
clear.
palace, blaming the Valians for attacking one of their ports.
Well, did they?
Of course not. But the Queen must calm them down before they go to
Merla.
war.
Every ship hunter taken.
No sooner do you approach the Valian woman that she squints and turns up her nose, regarding you with thinly veiled distaste.
I only deal with serious clients. Now shoo.
She makes a sweeping gesture with both hands. Excuse me?
Ak, done. You are dismissed. Madiko. But it is impossible to find skilled work when every competent freelancer wastes their shore leave in the wild mare.
She grimaces towards the east.
When blood travels south of their brains, the value of a good bounty is forgotten.
You give out bounties? I could take some off your hands.
You, a nameless face of the streets?
She thumbs her chin and gives you a thorough looking over.
I do not make a habit of shepherding new talent, but... Ak, there is a seed of potential.
She sighs to herself and peers over your shoulder before giving up and addressing you directly.
We will cut your teeth on Biakara, a Huana sailor and would-be patriot who plagues company ships.
I'll take the bounty.
Gelarde! Biakara sails a voyager's scale of Tangaloa off of Hazongo's northeastern coast.
Nea studies you once more before shrugging and seeing you off with a wave. Farewell.
I've got it.
We can summon the guards if you want to be difficult, Aimiko. Kindly leave.
If Luca doesn't see reason, the Dwapi...
The young Huana wears a disconcerted frown. He meets your approach with a flicker of welcoming smile, but it dies down quickly.
Please, I must ask a favor.
He shies back from making eye contact, keeping his head lowered.
What say? Do you have business with the Valian Trading Company?
Not yet, at least. Why?
My people of the Dwape. We signed a contract with the company.
Tueno looks toward the headquarters with a despondent frown.
We were not understanding the terms at the time. I wish to, what say, renegotiate. But the clerks turned me away.
Tell me more about this contract.
My father, the Ranga, took payment from the company. In exchange, they dig for Audra.
He speaks with more confidence, as if these words were rehearsed several times over.
He did not understand the Valian way. When he dies, the Outlanders will claim our island for themselves. Father has fallen ill, and the clerk, Luca, stands by the agreement as surely as if it was stamped in his skin.
So what's your plan?
I made my appeals to Luca, but my words were as stones dropped down the deepest well. While I am barred from the company office, I can do nothing for my people.
I'll look into it, but I make no promises.
Akira, my thanks. I will remain here by day until justice is done.
The worst of his concerns are quickly overshadowed by a broad smile. Okay, let's just take a quick look and see what I have to do here. Track down Captain Redora, talk to Luca. Danes Vayor, reach Kahanga Palace. Okay, so that's where I'm trying to go to. Alright, so I guess technically I don't need to go in here. What I will do, though, is head over here to the inn, because I can see if there are any crew members, maybe grab some other quests. And also there's that quest to find that captain here. See if I can get a discount over at that guy, which will be great because I'm going to be buying a lot of ship supplies there and they can be quite expensive. So if I can get them for cheaper, that would certainly be a huge money saver for the future. Oh, and I need to equip my Cloak of Deflection. It was kind of interesting, the first game, they made it to where there was only one neck slot, whether it was a necklace or a cloak, you know, you only had the slot for one or the other. And this one, you know, they have both, a cloak, like a cape, and a necklace. The only thing I would say is I really wish that you could make it... Oh, can you turn the cloak off? Oh, you can! Awesome. See, this is the one thing is, there were certain characters I had, like my barbarian, where I preferred him not to be wearing one, because he just didn't really seem right wearing a cloak. I think I will just turn the mask off. Yeah. And that works. Okay. Yeah, I think I will... I mean, for deflection, it certainly wouldn't hurt. I mean, he needs to stop getting hit, but probably if I just dealt with engagement better, so... I'll probably go ahead and give this to... Oh, what does he have? Oh, he already has a cloak of deflection. Alright, well then, shoot, yeah, I'll give it to him. Okay, let's check out the barkeep.
Hail and welcome to the Wild Mare, friend.
A jovial man at the bar grins and motions you closer. His arms are corded with thick muscle and cross-hatched with scars.
Now, what can I do for you?
Show me what you have
If
for
you see
sale.
anything you like, you let me know.
Okay, so you can rest, trade, which he probably just has food. You can adventures. Let's see what crew he has. We're pretty good right now. And you can retrain people.
Do you enjoy a coin, my friend? Can you lift a sword? Ado, my friend. I knew our paths would cross eventually.
Avalian shouts over the din of the wild mare to get your attention, turning a great many heads to study your exchange. He takes a hearty swig of his tankard. Do I know you?
Not yet. But I know that we will be fast friends. Tell me, you are the one who sails that fine ship, Ak? Terrorize the docks with spirits, Ak?
Leaning in close, he sips from the tankard and loudly sucks moisture from his upper lip.
Very good. Say no more. I am Aboko, and I am positioned to offer... I have opportunities for...
He clumsily unfolds a sheaf of parchment. The tankard slips in his grasp and spills ale down the front of his trousers. He gawks down at himself in horror.
1,000 times I practiced my speech. Mera. Never did it go this poorly.
You were saying?
I am supposed to be in the business of giving bounties, but I know no one who hunts them.
He stamps his feet, kicking up a spray of spit.
No one will unfurl their sail for my humble payments. But I must start from the bottom and work my way to the top, Ak.
What bounties do you have available?
You will take the job?
He grips you by the shoulders and
You
smiles.
will take the job.
Tears springing down the corner of his eyes.
Agrasim. Something special for my first hunter, then.
He drains the tankard and tucks it under his arm to retrieve his sheaf of notes.
I will start you on Mariel, the mad animancer. She tortures her victims with unspeakable treatments before casting what's left to Berath's will. My contact saw her leaving Port Mage and heading west of Mage Island.
You say I cannot down the rest? Watch me, amico.
Valiant sailor raises her tankard and arches her back to invite torrent veil down her expectant mouth. Holding this pose with nothing to show for it, she taps the tankard's base and furrows her brows at apparent emptiness. Her companion shakes his head and focuses attention elsewhere.
Madico, it is no wonder I thirst.
As she wipes her mouth with the back of her hand, her eyes widen and meet yours.
Ado, why do you stare?
Zamar sent me to collect your debt.
Merla, and he hired muscle.
Redora takes a shaky step back.
Sientere, but you are too late to collect.
She holds out her palms and flinches at the blow that doesn't come.
A gang in the northern alley stole every coin. I cannot hire a crew, much less repay Zamar.
Redora slowly lowers her trembling hands. Zamar is having pirate trouble. Could this gang be connected?
If they wanted Zamar to thirst for coin, it is possible. Botzos would regret it when I turn my cannons to their mast.
Redora raises her empty mug as the vow is struck.
Those the cannons you'll be waiting for Zamar to cast you? Because I'd be seeing more holes in that plan than in any Principe mast's future or no.
His green eyes pry at her from over crossed arms. Why don't you tell me what happened?
Wizard lights drew me like a moth to the alley north of the wild mare.
Her eyes turned downcast.
And the blow to the back of the head that followed, Merlight hurt.
She touches a spot behind her ear and hisses.
Then a wolf sat on my chest while a group of thugs went through my pockets.
A wolf.
It growled like a thunderstorm and drooled on my uniform.
Redora pats a stain on her shoulder.
I stumbled back here and traded all I had left for the comforts of the mare.
Sounds like my quarrel is with this gang. Farewell.
When you got their leader, tell them Radora sent you.
She raises her mug and winks. Alright, with that, it looks like we're probably going to have to go ahead and call this video. It's getting to be that time, and it's just going to take me too long to explore all this. But I'm going to go ahead and do a couple of things, off camera, and then we'll come back next week and continue to explore Neketaka and really see where this quest takes us. But hopefully you guys are enjoying the video. Hopefully, you're enjoying what you see. If you do, give it a like. Also, be sure to subscribe to the channel so you can see what other kind of stuff that we are posting. On top of that, of course, be sure to check out the Used Gamer podcast for all of our reviews and different discussions on game topics. We have plenty of episodes up, so you guys can kind of catch up or check out our new ones. We should be putting up a E3 review episode here pretty quick, so be sure to see what's going on, what we have to say about that, some of our favorites and some of our disappointments from there. Otherwise, be sure to tune in next time. We're going to be continuing searching around Neketaka. It really is a huge place, lots to find, so it'll be very interesting to see all that stuff. So, otherwise, I'll catch you guys next time.